they're like the returns for this movie. You know, the viewership highly depends on what kind of cookie she's actually holding.
When
if it's an oatmeal,
when they were reading the script, it was like, okay, you know, this is good. Oh, that kind of cookie. Okay, and that's when they all signed on to the project. Like,
if it's an oatmeal, it's like, I'm gonna catch this like on a Tuesday afternoon.
No, see, oatmeal raisin cookies. Get the fuck out. That's when it gets
no.
That's when you're having adult fun. Because the kids could get the chocolate chip cookies. If it's oatmeal raisin and it's hot, it just came out the oven.
Netflix is doing a lot of different things right now, right? So they've got the trial of the Chicago 7 coming out, and lo and behold, they were in a bidding war with a lot of other studios for a movie that captured, one would say, the essence of our, pandemic fever, as you will. I don't know why. Did that even make any sense?
Pandemic fever?
I don't know. That's...
Well, we're entering flu season, so it's about to make a lot of sense.
There's some fever of some sort going on. So let me read it directly from this article from Deadline. So Netflix is wrapping up a deal near $30 million, 30 M's, for worldwide rights to Malcolm and Marie, a Sam Levinson directed romantic drama that stars Zendaya. I will not mispronounce her name as Zendaya, and John Washington. Not John David Washington.
John David Washington sounds better. Let's not try to start a new
I'm making
here.
John Washington happen. Shot during the production lockdown on 35 millimeter in black and white with the help of Photochem. Malcolm and Marie was the first post-pandemic film to complete production. Malcolm and Marie filmed June 17th through July 2nd at Feldman Architecture's Caterpillar House, and was in compliance with WGA, DGA, and SAG-AFTRA, and extensive COVID-19 safety protocols. Now, it's very interesting given the fact that those protocols keep changing what seems like, weekly, if not daily.
Yeah. Protocols change based on the day of the week and how much money you have.
Exactly, right? You can get away with a lot when you got a lot of money. But what did you think about this news that this film was snatched up by Netflix?
So I think what was really interesting is like all the things that happened leading up to this, right? Some of the more recent like Netflix acquisitions, and this article refers to them. So Netflix acquired a Halle Berry directed project called Bruise for $20 million. They acquired another film called Pieces of a Woman, which stars Vanessa Kirby. She's not the one who was in she's not in Tenet, right?
Something Kirby? You said Vanessa Kirby?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe so.
No,
but I could be wrong. Maybe, I don't know.
Me too. I would look it up, but I don't feel like it.
There you go.
But so there was like a bit of a bidding war for this movie, right? So some of the studios that pitched this project were HBO, and you know what I bet happened? Yeah. I bet HBO people showed up via the Zoom call. Obviously, we're in a pandemic. Yeah. So the HBO team joins the Zoom call to bid on this movie.
Yeah.
And I bet the HBO Max people also joined the call.
Yeah.
Betting against the HBO people, not know they're working for the same fucking company.
Yeah.
Just to show you how big of a fucking mess.
It was like, what's the movie? Uncut Gems? It was like Uncut Gems. Or keep going.
They're just bidding against each other. They're just jacking up the price. And then I bet like HBO Go also jumped on.
Yeah.
But they were late. They were like 15 minutes late. Like,
also, nobody knew who they were.
They didn't know the HBO
are you
people
lost?
or the HBO
Why are you
Max
here?
people. Kept them in the waiting room.
Yeah.
So on top of that, again, we've got Amazon who's bidding on this project, Searchlight, MGM, Apple is bidding on this project, A24 is bidding on this project as well. So
it's good when A24 is hunting after it.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the the signs that this is something, right? Because A24, they don't miss. So there's no release date for this yet. But,
No. Yeah, I mean, we've still got obviously like a while before we actually see the film, but it is interesting. I tell you what, though, they better release it fucking soon because, I think we're about to have all we can fucking stand with these pandemic like inspired shows and movies. It's like, no, I don't want you to remind me of this sad, pathetic reality that we live in. Like, show me something where I can get lost in it, not something that just reminds me of that Zoom meeting that I definitely skipped out on in order to watch this movie. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this because I think that these are two stellar actors, or actor and actress, whatever you want to title as. But I think that they are two young up and comings stars that definitely, it's interesting. I wonder if they definitely like pegged John Washington, not David Washington. I'm leaving David out, like I said. For this particularly, or
Yeah.
if like maybe he was recommended. I wonder how that all came about, because it all had to happen like pretty hush hush.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if they like, because when the pandemic hit, it wasn't like, I'm sure people were just a little more scared, a little more timid to do things. So I'm sure they didn't hit him up like, hey, we're going to work on this movie, even though everything's locked down right now. We're going to do this movie. And he was just like,
Yeah, because the backstory behind this goes, Zendaya and Sam Levinson, he's the director for the show Euphoria.
Yeah.
That she stars in, which is on HBO.
Yeah.
So during when coronavirus started, they had to stop production, and so Zendaya tapped Sam Levinson to write and direct this project. And
Ain't that some shit?
Can you write and direct a movie for me, and I'll only actually do it if it doesn't suck?
Yeah. And then
that's a lot of work.
What if he wrote and directed it, and then he just didn't cast her? Like he was just like, oh,
someone
man.
more talented.
Yeah.
This role requires a lot of skill. I don't know if you have
I just
what it
don't
takes.
know if you got, the goods for this. But yeah, either way, I'm looking forward to this. I think both of them are stellar, and it'll be good to see. I've always been a fan of there's a series called the Before Sunset series, or Before Sunrise series, starring Julie Delpy as well as Ethan Hawke, and it's just the two of them basically just talking. It's a trilogy of movies, and it's basically just the two of them talking the entire time, and I am infinitely fascinated by the films. It's probably my favorite trilogy of all time. Hopefully this kind of borrows from that sort of branch of film.
That's your favorite trilogy of all time? Not The Matrix?
No.
Lord of the Rings?
No. That's
the
honestly,
Blade trilogy?
if I'm being perfectly honest, that is my favorite trilogy of all time. I could watch that to the end of time. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
100%. 100%.
Right.
Because I'm always a big fan of like the inner workings of people. And I feel like that this particular series did such a great job in terms of delving into like the truth behind people. Like I think we watch adventures, and sure, they're exciting, and they tell like the hero's journey and all that, but I think I always appreciate more diving into somebody's psyche and figuring out why they work the way they work, and having them be contradictions to themselves. Like I love it.
That
and
sounds
so,
like bullshit to
yeah,
me.
fair enough.
Guys,
Someone's just poured their soul out.
Yeah.
fellas, how much do you know about this actual movie? Because the only thing that I could find is this screenshot.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at it, she's holding a cookie.
Nice.
What is actually happening in this scene
Yeah.
that she's doing with that cookie?
Yeah. Hopefully some kinky shit. Hopefully we're gonna go a little dirty, a little back page.
It
on
really
this,
all depends on if that's a chocolate chip cookie or an oatmeal raisin cookie, because very different things are happening based on the actual cookie.
Yeah, they're like the returns for this movie. The viewership highly depends on what kind of cookie she's actually holding. Because if it's an oatmeal,
when they were reading the script, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is good. Oh, that kind of cookie. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's when they all signed on to the project. Like,
yeah, if it's an oatmeal, it's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna catch this like on a Tuesday afternoon.
no,
maybe.
see, oatmeal raisin cookies.
Now get the fuck outta
That's
here.
when it gets.
No.
Yeah.
What are you
That's
talking
when you're
about?
having adult fun. Because the kids could get the chocolate chip cookies. If it's oatmeal raisin and it's hot, it just came out the oven. Turn down the
Oatmeal
lights.
raisin is for children. What do you mean? When's the last time you eaten Raisin Bran?
I said Raisin Bran Crunch is my favorite cereal.
That's a lie.
Oh, 100%.
I saw.
But
you,
it's got not
I
the
saw you
regular
eating
Raisin
Captain
Bran.
Crunch the other day. What are you talking about?
Not the regular Raisin Bran though. It has to have the crunch.
The crunch in it.
I need the crunch
Why'd you look at me so serious when you said that?
because this is serious business. Talking about adult things now. But yeah, no. To your point, there's like this movie is very hush hush. All we have is this like still screenshot of Zendaya, John David Washington. She's got that cookie. We know this movie was shot on like 35 millimeters. It's a black and white film. That's it. But
Not much.
again, based off of who was in the bidding war for this movie, you can tell there's something behind it.
Don't need much more news than that. I just need I don't even need a trailer. Just drop the shit.
Yeah.
Just drop it. Yeah.